So, Paul, can you hear me?
Yes.
Excellent. And Cathy, you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Fantastic. So, Paul and Cathy, thanks for joining the feed here late. Next to you is Carrie Brown. And I want to just make some quick introductions while this is starting. We're going to allow a few people to come in live as we get started. We've got Donna and we've got Mike joining us as well. They're both in Utah, and Paul and Cathy just happen to be in beautiful California today, where they live.
I can't get it on that.
So I want to thank you each very much for taking the time to be with us. Hopefully tonight is a powerful night, and people really get an opportunity to hear what we're about and where we're headed. And I'm hoping Cathy can. I'm getting a little seasick.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure this out. He's making me hold it a way that I am not used to. Sorry.
So one of our partners asked me to wait about 3 or 4 minutes to get started so that everybody could log in and that everybody could see and make sure that we were doing everything that we needed to be doing. I am delighted to be here tonight. I'm thankful, very thankful for the opportunity that is presented to me. My name is JD Barnes, and I am one of the co-founders of Zynn Life, where we are renewing, restoring, and reviving life and living, helping people achieve more than they have otherwise. And we're really grateful for the people that are here with us tonight: Donna, Mike, Cathy, Paul, and Carrie. And you're going to hear a little bit from each of these people tonight, their story, their experience, and why they feel the way they feel about Zynn Life. I am going to allow each of them to speak, and I'm going to remove us so that we really can hear them as we go. And we're going to begin with, why did I leave my professional career behind, invest hundreds of thousands of dollars, all of my time and attention into this company? Why is Zynn my passion? And the reality is that it's because 10 years ago, I made a commitment to change lives. That became my mission statement, my objective, my goal, to change lives. I have spent an inordinate amount of time helping coach people, especially young athletes. And I thought that's where I would change lives. But as I started to meet with people and interview people and spend time with people, I realized that most of us are just sick and tired of being sick and tired. There's one of 3 things that's got us down. We don't have enough energy in the day, and we don't sleep well at night. We forgot what that REM word even meant. Let's not even talk about restorative sleep. And then most of us have some kind of ache or pain or discomfort in our body. And my objective to change lives became evident when we started to develop these products and these. I'm going to mute here, Cathy, for just a second. I think, no, that's not doing it. So with that, I am going to ask Cathy to begin. I'm going to remove a few people from the stream so that we can hear Cathy and see Cathy. Cathy, will you do me a favor? Tell me what's been your experience with the Zynn product, and why are you so passionate about Zynn and what it's doing for you?
Okay, well, I have definitely been one that's tried a lot of products. I mean, I love supplements. I know from what I've studied in everything that's out there. Oh, see, look, I have my finger in front of it. Sorry. Oh, why is it getting my finger? Sorry, can you guys see that? Paul, will you try?
We can see you. Just tell us your story.
Okay, my story is, the fact is so when you tried it, first of all, I was surprised at the taste. And I have now gotten this product out to probably 55 of my friends. And I'm kind of amazed. I have only gotten 2 people back that said, don't love the taste. But me, I loved the taste. But what it has truly done for me is, Okay, so I've been on a lot of products, like by doctors. I was put on 48 medications. I had a slip and fall, and migraines, and a whole bunch of spiraling effect happened. And I was put on a lot of medications.
48, you
And
said?
48, and that's no exaggeration. Yeah, I
Wow.
have pictures of when I finally threw it all in the garbage. My chiropractor made me send the picture to him of all these medications because he literally was like, they're trying to kill you. And a lot of those products were for sleep. And so when I threw out and went cold turkey with all of those products and said, I'm done, because he was right, they were doing more harm than good. So for the last probably 10 years, I've just not been sleeping. I just resigned to the fact that I was never going to sleep again without all those major drugs. I mean, if I, clonazepam, trazodone, I mean, I was on some serious medications for sleep. And so I've just not slept. And I've tried some other products that have worked, but I've always had to take like 3 times the dose and 4 times the dose. JD, this sleep product was the first one that I actually could sleep on. It's
I love it.
magical. Paul is my witness
Yeah, it is.
that I'm sleeping, and sometimes I even go to bed before him. It's
I love it.
crazy. Yeah, so that's passionate because seriously, I have not had this in years. Years.
Sleep's a big deal, and I think that we have forgotten how to talk about sleep. We've forgotten to talk about REM. We've forgotten to talk about restorative sleep, but it has other implications on our bodies. The way that we think, the way that we behave, the way that we interact, the way that we eat food and lose weight. I mean, what are some of the other things that have really helped you?
Okay, so and that's the thing. So I have been used to taking supplements that kind of gives my body a little bit of a buzz feeling, like an energizer buddy squirrel all over the place. I have to admit though, listen to this. Only was taking your product, the what is it called? The awake, the daytime
Energy?
energy. And what I love is I don't have that amped up psycho blah all over the place effect on my brain. And it's kind of been nice for people around me to go, oh, she does have a brain in there and she can focus. And yeah, so it took me a little bit of an adjustment because I was used to that, like go, 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 Energizer Bunny on steroids. But I love it because it's just consistent. And I love that we have to put it with water because I had no idea that I was not drinking as much. So I will say that a side effect, which I didn't even mean to get, but I've lost 10 pounds and kept it off. And I haven't lost that much weight in 4 years. Can I say that?
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah, we're not making health claims. We're just telling about people's experience, and you've had some pretty incredible experiences over the last couple months. You and I have talked, and your life has changed. And so part of my legacy is to change lives, and we're starting to see that with more and more people. Thank you, Cathy, for sharing your story. I'm going to bring Mike into the conversation. Mike is a very important high level executive with law enforcement. He has a massive amount of stress in his life and in his day job. And I know that before this, his life was one way. Mike, why don't you tell us what your life is like now and what it means restorative sleep to you?
Well, JD, as you know, I was kind of brought into this by my wife, and she kind of had the idea that I was constantly struggling with sleep, with my job, having so much stress and things going on in my life and trying to go to bed and have everything spinning. And so I've gone to the doctors and they put me on different prescription drugs to help me sleep at times, but I can't take that type of prescription drug and be able to be functioning properly with my position and my job. And so it's been tough because I can't take it, but yet I need to take it when I need some sleep. So my wife convinced me into going and meeting you and learning about your products, sleep and energy. And she dragged me there, JD, I'll be honest with you.
I could tell.
I was skeptical, just like most things, you just like, okay, whatever. But I sat there and I listened to you for a while talking about the products and what they can do for you. And I decided, I told you right then and there, I said, JD, I'll give you 30 days. I'll try this for 30 days. If it works, I'll be your best man. If it doesn't, I'll tell you exactly how it was, and we can still wave to each other as we drive by. And you know, it took me 4 days to get off of any type of doctor's prescription medication for sleep. 4 days it took me, and after that fourth day, every day I'd lay down to go to sleep, and I'm like, is it going to help me tonight, or is it just a fluke that it helped me last night? I've been doing that now for a month, and every night I wonder, is it going to help me? And it's helped me every night get to sleep. I know that I can take the sleep product in 30 minutes. I'm asleep. And the one big question I had for you, because there's times in my position that I get a phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning, am I going to be able to wake up and be able to function properly to go do my job? And I actually had that situation happen to me a couple of nights ago. And you reassured me that I would be able to do that. And I can honestly say that I was able to get up, function properly. After a couple hours, I come back, went to bed, lay down, and went back to sleep. So that would never have happened without this product. There's just no way. And after that week, when I came back and I talked to you, JD, and I told you, hey, this stuff is helping me. You know, it's just been a week. We still got the month to go, and but I'm going to continue to do this. But I was very, very excited about what it was doing for me. And that next Tuesday when we talked, you started talking about sleep. You started talking about the different levels of sleep and the REM. And it's been a long time since I even heard about REM, but you know, it hit me because just the 2 nights earlier, I had my first dream in 12 years. I forgot what dreaming was all about, because you know, those prescription medications that you get, that doesn't get you the proper sleep. It's fake, and this is real. And I can honestly tell you that I've been having little dreams here and there, so I know I'm still dreaming. They're crazy dreams. You know, it's kind of weird what you dream at times, but I just want to thank you, JD, for getting me where I'm at today.
I'm glad you're where you're at today. And I know that you've had some other interesting things happen for you. Your back you're in less pain than you've been in a long time. You're getting more mobility out of your neck. Now, these aren't things that I'm making claims about. I'm just saying I've noticed change in you, the way you walk, the way you handle your work, the stress load. I mean, is it just me and I want this to work so badly, or is your life changing?
You know, being that skeptical person, I'm still, you know, watching myself. I'm still questioning myself. Am I just thinking this, or is my neck and back that's been so stiff? I've had 2 surgeries on my neck. You know, I've had numerous shots in my back to try to ease up the pain of the nerves. And, you know, it's a constant deal, and you're dealing with your insurance and everything else, trying to get in to get proper procedures that they're going to cover. And I can honestly say, in the last 3 weeks that I've been taking this product, my back pain has gone. And I know it's hard to believe that, but I'm just telling you the facts. My back pain is gone. I don't have to worry about, at this point in time, once again, it's only been 3 weeks, but I don't have to call the doctors to try to set up that next shot session. It's just there. And, you know, it's helped me in a lot of different areas. My neck, you know, everybody was thinking I was the Tin Man because I've had very limited movement in my neck, but I've honestly felt in these 3 weeks that it's loosened up my neck where I can move more freely and not have that tension of holding my head in one place. And so that's just been awesome for me too. So I'm still sitting there. I'm still skeptic. I'm still watching, but I'm telling you what I love right now, what's happening with my life. You know, I can't stop. I tell all my friends, I tell my worker, I tell my family. I want them to experience what I've experienced and give it a try. That's what I say. I said, just give it a try. Give it 30 days. See what it does for you. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But if it does, which I believe it will, then do it.
I love it. I love it.
What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose but to give 30 days to see if it's going to fix you and change you for the rest of your life?
Love it. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it, and I'm excited to see the progress, what real sleep, restorative sleep will do for you over the next months and year. I'm excited to see how the other ingredients in our products really start to benefit you long term. I'm going to bring Radonna on now, and we're going to talk to Radonna for a minute. Thank you for joining us, Radonna. I know that you have had an incredible experience, couple of incredible experiences. You're super passionate about what you call all-day energy. What does that mean? Tell me what that means and any other experiences you can share.
Yes, I know I could go on and on, so I'm going to try to keep it short. But I'm I'm obsessed and have such a love for this. And the reason being is I am a hairstylist and I'm in my salon very long hours, 12, 13-hour days, easy. So I am on my feet all day long. No sitting down, nothing like that, arms up in the air, whatever. So I have been doing hair for 22 years now. First thing I want to talk about is I would be done with the night and I would go inside my house and sit at my kitchen counter just exhausted. Okay, just done. I'm like, I just put in those, that many hours and long day. And then of course I would look down and my feet were literally purple. My circulation, something was not right, but I would have purple feet. So I even took pictures of them because it kind of freaked me out. So I had purple feet, really achy body. Okay. My legs, my hips, everything, that has gone completely away. So with the energy, I'm obsessed. It's in my salon at all times. So totally gone. My purple feet, my circulation is phenomenal now. And when I first talked to JD about it, I'm like, is this weird because my feet used to be purple? They're not anymore. And I feel great at the end of my 12, 13-hour days. And not only am I a hairstylist, I'm a mom of 5 and I'm going after work also. So it's not like I can just stop, right? So I go in now from work and I'm still happy and I'm energetic and I can finish the day and I can be with my kids and I can go to all their things and do the things I need to, and be happy and feel good at the same time. The other thing is my neck. I've done hair for 22 years and of course with arms up and whatever, my neck was horrible. So I finally broke down because I literally was almost in tears when I would work and went to therapy. They worked on it forever, couldn't fix it. They would put shots in my neck, 9 shots, nothing worked, So I'm thinking, okay, now the next step was surgery. And I'm like, no, don't want to do that. I want to stay in my salon, going. I start drinking this, right? And I love the taste, number one, love the taste, but I'm drinking it, and I'm just loving it because of the taste. And I never got water before, and now I'm drinking tons of water. So I love that part of it. My kids would always tell me, Mom, you need to drink more water, which is sad, but now they're proud of me. But I keep drinking it and I love it. And now my neck, gone. My pain in my neck is gone. And I was kind of like Mike, maybe like, wait, does that hurt? No, it's really not hurting. Like I had to think about it, because it's not hurting. And my hips in bed, just lots of different things. Like I said, I could go on and on, but those are my two main things, my neck and my feet. They were extremely bad. And now, thank you, JD, and all of his helpers, I can stay in my salon and be happy with my family at the end of the day. I feel phenomenal. I haven't felt this good I don't remember the last time I felt this good.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much. And I'm glad to see the results that you're getting and the results you're sharing. And you've shared it with so many people. You've become one of our key ambassadors, and you're really just making a big difference in lots and lots of people's lives. And so my legacy is beginning to be lived out by you because you are now changing lives. And I'm so grateful for that. And I just want you to know that. We're going to bring on, thank you. We're going to bring on Paul. And Paul and I have known each other for the better part of 25 years. Paul and I have worked together in multiple companies. We've been different kinds of consultants for companies. Paul is a financial analyst and also a business leader, entrepreneur. Paul, I know you've seen some changes in Cathy, and I know you love the product yourself, but Why are you excited about Zynn?
Well, thank you for giving me a few minutes to talk to you about this. I think one of the things I'm most excited about, having been in the industry for as long as we both have, I've looked for a long, long time for a company that not only could provide a great product, but some particular little checkpoints that I always liked, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about that. Number one, I love the ease of the product, and I've always believed that where in the nutritional industry you find a lot of companies who tell you that you can eliminate certain things in your life if you use those particular products. And I've always believed that the product should augment the good habits that we should create in our life so that it's a lifestyle change rather than thinking something is going to replace something else. And what I love about what you've created, what you've formulated, is that you augment drinking more water. We know as a world that we don't drink enough water. Americans especially do not hydrate enough, ever, ever, ever. And your products lend themselves to us getting more hydration in our system. Not only are we getting your components, which are huge to us as far as our physical well-being, but that water that is the hardest thing for all of us, at least it is for me. I'm far quicker to go grab me a soda or a Coke, or you've known me, JD, for forever. I mean, I just didn't go anywhere without my 44-ounce 7-Eleven Big Gulp cup in my truck. And now I'm drinking more water. And I think not only does that help me, but it moves me in a more healthy direction because of your products. Same thing with sleep. All of us are gaining from those components an opportunity to do what we need. I mean, if you do any kind of Google searches, you're going to find that there are actually sleep diets, that if you can get a minimum of 7 hours good sleep each night, your body can do incredible things for you, including
Absolutely.
losing weight while you're asleep.
Absolutely.
And so it lends itself to all these other wonderful attributes that can assist us. And you've created something that to me creates momentum for all of us and for anyone we share it with. And that is what really empowers us. I mean, we live in a world right now that is very uneasy. There is a lot of what I call dis-ease in the world right now. And your products and your company and the foundation of your empowerment process, to me, addresses that disease. We are at a time right now where we don't know what tomorrow holds. We don't know where to go. We don't know if we're going to still be able to go to all the places that we're accustomed to going. This product being available online and giving us an opportunity to share from home and help people improve their lives is an incredible opportunity for everyone right now. Today alone, I read a new article from Washington University out of St. Louis, Missouri, and you're going to laugh about this, but they've come up with what they think is the most incredible breakthrough, and they've determined that the greatest fighter of keeping COVID in check is for each of us to improve and boost our immune systems.
Isn't
Now,
that
how
interesting?
foolish, how silly is that? And yet it's being touted as this new breakthrough. All we need to do is make our immune systems better. Well, what you've designed at Zynn Life does specifically that, not just the products themselves, but it lends itself to all the other good habits that assist us in becoming better. And
Awesome.
I think that is where the power comes in empowering others. When we can help other people get more on track, feel more comfortable, more content in life as it is today, then we empower ourselves to become more, to do more, and to participate in doing something that makes life better for people.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
We're excited about what we've created, and I appreciate the ways that you've talked about it. We are trying to create a company that is going to empower people physically, emotionally, and financially. We think that we've done something that is unique and different, and to have your endorsement for me, knowing who you are and what you've seen, is huge, and I really do appreciate it, and I thank you. I'm going to bring Mr. Carrie Brown on. Carrie Brown is our partner in formulation and in product development with a company called Factory 6. Carrie and I have known each other for a couple, dozen years, and I'm a big fan of Carrie. I give him a lot of kudos, and I tell everyone that he's a genius because I think he is. Carrie, we sat down together and we decided we were going to do something different. We came up with a powder formula so that people could adjust according to their needs. We came up with a powder formula, like Paul said, so that we could add it to water and increase our intake of water. We've got 8 products that we've developed. Six of them are on hold until we can prove our model. But these products are designed to help people where they're at, which is, I feel crappy. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. From a product formulation perspective, and from a guy who's seen just about everything, tell me what excites you about what we're doing. Tell us a little bit about the process that you're going through to ensure our safety and making sure that these things are tested, what kind of a lab we have. Let us know really where you're at on this.
Yeah, no, well, I first appreciate the opportunity to talk with you, JD, and the rest of the team and anybody who might be watching. We love the Zynn products. On a personal level, I have a lot of pride, if you will, in what we've accomplished here. And although it's your product, JD, and you are the brainchild behind it, we've been honored to be able to help through that process. And on a personal level, I've always believed that beverages, nutritional beverages, functional beverages are the future of nutrition, right? I mean, yes, it's easy to take a capsule, and Americans consume more capsules than anybody, right, in supplements. But when you can take a drink, like Paul mentioned, and Mike, and everyone, when you can just simply drink a glass of water, get a healthy dose of nutrition, and feel good while you're doing it, it's so much better than what most people do, the alternatives, right? And it's not extreme. It fits into the lifestyle. So anyhow, when you came to us and mentioned you wanted to do a CBD-oriented beverage, we were very excited about it. And at Factory 6, we're a CBD manufacturing company. We've got a lot of experience now in the space. We were one of the first companies in the state of Utah to get certified to be able to manufacture CBD products. And in fact, had the very first product ever registered by the state, just like Zynn Life is today, the Zynn products. One of the key elements, and I think a lot of people don't understand, or maybe there's some confusion in the marketplace with regards to CBD products in general, is around testing, safety, efficacy. And if it's okay, while we were talking here, I actually just wrote down from going through the process, I wrote down how many steps, how many checks there are to validate the safety and potency of your product. Is it okay if I take just a minute and read through that?
Absolutely. Let's do it. I think this is fantastic.
So as you go through, as you talk about CBD, and most people realize, I would hope by now, that CBD comes from hemp, or a very mild form of cannabis, right? Which is grown specifically to not have psychoactive effects, but just get all the medical and health benefits of the plant. And I'm going to walk through all the different steps. I'm going to do it very, very quickly, but if you count, you can check my math on me on this, but I'm going to call out how many times we talk about testing. All right. So before the harvest even begins, all of the soil is tested on a GMP kind of farm, or a good farm that we use, right? The type of farm. And our material is grown specifically for us, both in Oregon and in Kentucky. and we know exactly the type of strain, and I can geek out on you for a minute. But so the soil gets tested first. Before the plants are actually put into the ground, they're tested as well at that point. And when I say test, meaning they do a full workup or a panel, if you will, on the material. It then gets tested before it's harvested. So most of the time, the CBD is grown for 3 or 4 months. And then before you harvest, what they're trying to do is actually pretty interesting. They're gaming to get as high a potency of CBD as possible in the plant and as low a THC level as possible. And so you're growing, as you're growing that CBD, you're trying to get to maximize the fruit, if you will, before you harvest, right? So it gets tested before the harvest, and then it goes through an extraction process, and the material gets tested again as it's extracted. After extraction, it gets tested as well. So we get a crude oil out, and we test it at that point to know exactly what all the different terpenes and profiles and potency levels are at that point. We then bring it into our facility, and we are a GMP certified facility, which means every single ingredient before it can go onto our floor or get used in a manufacturing of a product, every single ingredient gets tested again. So it gets tested as it comes into our facility, and that's a requirement. It's a state requirement for us. And then we test it after we do a refining. So we actually take the CBD, the raw material, and we refine it, and it gets tested at that point. So we know after it's refined, again, exactly what we're working with and the quality thereof. And then it gets blended into a product. Once we know what the potencies and everything is, in this case, gets blended into your sleep or energy product. So it gets tested at that point once it's in the product. And so that way we can make sure if we say there's 100 milligrams in that product, there is exactly 100 milligrams or 50 milligrams or whatever it happens to be. And we do that before it goes into a final pouch or a container or anything. So that way if something needs to be adjusted, right, we don't have to throw away all the packaging. So we mentioned before it goes into the product, it gets tested again after the product is completed. And so to validate that from the time it was in the product, it goes, anyhow, in the packaging, and before it's released to you, the client, in this case, Zynn Life, we do one full complete micro panel, potency, yeast, mold, everything, salmonella, E. coli, you name it, we test for it before it ever gets into your hands or your customer's hands. So how many times what did we get up to? I lost track.
10. I think 10.
Okay. And so I've mentioned this, and you just validated this for me. I think the guys who are making the most money in this whole CBD space are the laboratories.
I agree. I should have started a laboratory thing.
Started a lab, right?
Yeah.
But and just by side note, all of those labs that we use, they are independent, third-party, FDA certified laboratories. So meaning they have protocols they follow, SOPs and such, so we can replicate those tests. And I could geek out. I apologize. Feel free to cut me off. But one thing that's kind of interesting, when we test for our products, we actually make sure, in this case, your product, that the final CBD level is plus or minus about 5%. And so when you think about 50 milligrams, it's hard to see 50 milligrams of material, right? That CBD is really powerful stuff. And so it's not microscopic, but it's close, right? And so we're just trying to get perfect in every single pouch, every single container, 50 milligrams, right? And to do that, we have to have a little variance, right? I mean, just it's the world we live in, reality. Our variance is 5 to 10%. I guarantee you, if you were to go pick up the Advil or ibuprofen that's sitting in your cupboard right now, you have any idea what their variance level is on the actual amount of Advil in a 200 milligram pill?
I'm guessing somewhere around 22, 25%.
20 to 40%.
20 to 40. Wow.
So it could be, so when you pick up a ibuprofen, I mean, it might be 240 or it might be 180 milligrams. Wow. Okay. Wow. When you get your Zynn sachet, it's within 5 to 10% of whatever the label claim happens to be. And so that's because of the testing and all of the stuff we go through. So there's hopefully that makes you feel good, but also is the reality of what we go through in manufacturing. We spend a lot of money to make sure that the product is a quality product. Now, speaking of quality, that's our number 2 most critical component. And if you can imagine that, our number 1 most critical component when we make a product, especially like Zynn Life and why I was so excited about these 2 products, my number 1 requirement is it's got to taste good. if it doesn't taste good, why are we selling it? Why are we promoting it? Because you don't have to have a product that tastes bad, right? You can make it taste good, you can make it be effective, and you can make it work, right?
Do you think we did like 15 iterations of taste? Was it about 15?
Yeah, it's about 15 at least. You were quite tired with me at the end of this thing.
It was worth it. It was worth it. They taste so good.
Yeah, but it takes a little bit of extra work, but let's make it taste great. And I hope that's the case. I'm excited for, where Zynn is headed. The whole company has been phenomenal to work with. The experience of the products is awesome. I use the energy product every single day. I have a tub of it sitting on my desk at the office, 3:00 in the afternoon. You know what I'm scooping into is I use 3 scoops in about 12 ounces of water with some ice.
Pretty heavy duty.
Yeah, it hits hard. It keeps me going until I'm able to finish out the day. So.
Well, we appreciate you, Carrie, and we appreciate the partnership and all that you guys have done to help us get to where we're at today. We're excited for the future as well. This is, bringing together a flavor chemist that we know and respect, and bringing together CBD experts, and bringing together people who understand the value of putting the right ingredients in at the right levels. I mean, we're doing some things here that is really unique to sleep and really unique to mental clarity and energy. And we'll do that with all of our products. It's important that we get that compounding effect, and that compounding effect with the CBD will have long-term implications. Don't take my word for it. Go out, research, find out from PubMed. There are over 20,000 sightings in PubMed about CBD and the positive impact it's having on people's bodies, short-term and long-term. The quality of CBD that we're putting in is a professional grade, pharmaceutical grade CBD. The stuff that we're doing is really, truly top shelf. I'm grateful for our partnership. I thank you, my friend. I'm grateful that you joined us tonight. I'm going to bring everybody back on. Thank everyone. I just so want all of you guys to know how grateful I am. Carrie is a genius, but without the people who are helping us on the other side of the equation, then this company doesn't add up to a whole lot. So we have great products. We now have a great system, a great tool. We have great people, and we're excited to see where we go over the next coming days and years. My legacy is to change lives. I'm doing this for one purpose, and it is to make us better human beings, one to another. If I can create a scenario where families come home and they're well rested, they treat each other better. If I can create a scenario where people go to work and they're energized and they feel better, then they show up differently. And those impacts have long-term implications. I'm grateful for each of you and for the time that you spent tonight, and for all the people who have watched. Thank you for joining us. For now, we hope you have an amazing day, because you totally deserve it. And we'll talk to you next time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Good to see you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
Thanks, JB and others.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.